So I'm Chris Foreman. I'm our Director of Alumni Relations here at Wagner College, and I represent our almost 25,000 alumni spread all across the country and all across the world. I just want to give you a couple observations that I made today. One, this room has grown exponentially since the time that I was a student here. And it's so nice to see this many people celebrating on a day like today, celebrating all of the work that each of you are doing. The second observation I would make is specifically about the Citizen Alum Program, which I'm very proud of. Heather did an amazing job. It's going to be Civic Engagement Celebration Day every day. Like, this is a way that we can celebrate it every day. So this is a really, really cool project. I'll be perfectly honest, I've only been our alumni director for 3 weeks, so I feel a little bit like a coach that inherited a very, very good team, and we're getting a bunch of wins right now. Because I wasn't a part of the inception of the program here at Wagner, but I'm very proud to be a part of rolling it forward and moving the needle forward. So with that said, we have one of our first Citizen Alum honorees in the room today. His name is Ed Nickowitz. He is the class of 1986 at Wagner. And Ed has been very active both on campus and off campus. He's been involved at the political level. He's been involved in a group called Autism Speaks. Ed's son, Edward, has autism, and when Ed found out, or when he was diagnosed, obviously this was a very tough time for Ed and his family. I'll let him explain a little bit about, we were just explaining how that felt, but he then became very involved in Autism Speaks, and so we wanted to acknowledge him through this video, and I believe yours will be released. Heather, when is his going to be up?
Friday.
So yours will be up on Friday. Everybody can take a look. I was there with Heather. It's an unbelievable video. So Ed is one of our first honorees. Come on up, and we have
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute privilege to be here, and your words are so touching. And one of the things that I like to tell people as alumni, as adults, as community members, I tell this one story, and it's the play it forward piece to my story. My son has autism. He loves to dance. Unfortunately, he dances like his dad. We have the white man over by, and we basically rock back and forth like this. And I was at an event a few months ago, and my 6'2", 16-year-old son and I were dancing at a communion.
Yeah.
And as we danced, we saw 3 beautiful 15-year-old girls in their cocktail dresses dancing beside us. And I said, I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot. I went over to those girls and I said, ladies, excuse me. My son has autism. Would you terribly mind dancing with him? Oh my God, of course we would. And I danced, and I peeled back with my wife, and we cried. But here's the message that I reminded him when I listened to your kind words, Doctor. After that happened, I posted it on Facebook. If I cured cancer, I would not have gotten so many likes and comments. 250 people commented about how beautiful those girls were. And what I did was I printed it out. I got their addresses. I mailed it to them with an Apple card and a note. One gesture, one moment can change the world. We can all touch a life in a moment like that. Thank you so much.
In true civic fashion, Ed actually has to leave us a little early tonight. Ed is a member of the school board in his community, and he drove all the way over from Huntington, New York for this, but he's got a board meeting tonight, so if you see him slide out the door, he's not just collecting and leaving, he's going to a board meeting. So, onward. We have the next honor I get to present is the Wagner College Alumni Award for Civic Engagement. And I get to present it to two people that I've gotten to work a lot with, and this is a real pleasure for me. So the Wagner College Citizen Alum Award is given to an alumnus of 3 years or more who actively works to strengthen involvement in public life. A community-engaged activist or civic professional who donates time, effort, and talent to addressing widely felt issues of long-standing concern. The recipient exemplifies the idea that Wagner prepares students for the great domains of life, the personal, the occupational, and the public. We get to give this award to two people tonight. Henry and Beth Cruz, come on up. Stand on up here, I'm going to brag about you a little bit. So I've gotten to work with Henry and Beth in my old capacity in the athletic department here, where they're very active with our student athletes. And now in my new transition, I've gotten to work with Beth specifically on our Alumni Association board, where she is the president of our Alumni Association. And by default, I also get to work with Henry quite a bit as well. Specifically on a new program that they are helping work with in Samantha's office called MOVE. I'm sure you'll hear a little bit more about tonight. Beth is a past elder at the Westside Presbyterian Church in Ridgewood, New Jersey. She is a New Jersey Buddies educator and is a buddy to several folks who passed away from AIDS. She's a certified court-appointed special advocate for children, a volunteer at the Valley Hospital in Ridgewood, New Jersey. She's an educator for the American Red Cross, traveling from school to school to speak about AIDS, and is a member of the Wagner College Hall of Fame Committee in addition to being our association president for the alumni. Henry is an active volunteer at New Jersey chapter of SCORE, where he mentors and counsels small business owners and develops presenting workshops of interest to small business owners. Current elder at the Westside Presbyterian Church. You guys must have just switched roles. The founder of AIDS Ministry at the Westside Presbyterian Church. He led an adult mission trip to Las Cayas in Haiti. Served on the board of directors of the YMCA in Ridgewood, New Jersey. And at GE Capital, he served as an executive chairman of the GE Hispanic Forum. I'm going to make one more observation, and then I'm going to give them a very nice round of applause. We talk a lot about how civic engagement has grown over the years at the national level and has grown here at Wagner. And you're looking at two people who were not products of the Wagner plan. This was not incepted yet. But what they're doing is the Wagner plan, what they did. And that really goes, civic engagement has only been at the core of what we do for 10 years, 15 years. But going back to all of our alumni and the 25,000 people that I represent in the Alumni Association, the fact that many years ago we're producing people
It's
like...
not that many years
It's more than 3, right?
Come on, Chris.
I always do this to Beth.
She's about to give you a middle finger full of
I'm definitely in trouble with the next association meeting. What do you say? So, before I dig myself any deeper, let's give them a round of applause.
So I especially asked if I could present the Staff Member Award. Each year, the Staff Member Award is given to somebody on campus who is dedicated to our civic engagement work, but is so often unseen. Their work goes unnoticed, unrecognized, and they are a critical part of this work. George Pepio is a staff member in the Public Safety Office. He runs our van services that go to the shuttle, as well as our Port Richmond van services. George has been my friend and colleague for a number of years now, and we have spent a lot of time on the phone off hours. George never stops working. He does this work because he loves this place and he loves Staten Island. And I can't tell you how important he is to the success of our work here. We so often forget about people like George, but I have to tell you, in the Center for Leadership and Engagement, we never forget you. Thank you, George, and congratulations.
I'll just say thank you. Sitting in this auditorium today with all you wonderful people and hearing the fine work that we do. For me, it's an honor to be put in your presence as to be recognized. And I greatly appreciate it. And I know the staff at Public Safety and my drivers, they're all honored as I am. Thank you.
So, my name is Kevin Farrell. I'm the coordinator of student initiatives out of the Center for Leadership and Community Engagement. And I have the pleasure of announcing our Student Leaders Awards today. Our first award is the Impact Scholar of the Year. And this person best identifies with the ideals of impact. It's inspiring mutuality, participation, communication, and action, right? And consider transformation ultimately. This person I have seen grow so much. I told him many times, we got started off on the wrong foot a little bit. He was on an LC tour, and he was a little chatty. I said, "What's that guy's deal, man? I can't get through to him." And Samantha came to me and he said, we have a student that's going to be a part of our MOVE program this summer. His name is Kendall Bramble. I said, "Oh, I can't stand that kid." But over time, I've had the truly distinct pleasure of working with this student almost as closely as any student here on campus, and he's grown tremendously. He is a leader and a mentor to so many students in our Port Richmond Leadership Academy, and he is truly a friend, and I'm so honored to announce that Kendall Bramble is our Impact Scholar of the Year.
Geez, it's been such a year. Like Kevin said, it's been such a transformation from when I first stepped on Wagner College.
I don't know what I can really say other than the Impact Leadership Team. Can you please stand up? I want everybody, please. My O-line coach is back there. He's been really a key person in getting me to like where I am physically and mentally on the field. And playing O-line really has shown me the importance of how a good team really makes something special. Like an individual can be an amazing person, you could be an amazing athlete or an amazing anything in any facet of life, but without a great team, only a small margin of things can be accomplished. And I thank everybody that I work with for what I've achieved. Thank you.
So for our next award, we have our Bonner Leader of the Year. And this award is especially special to us because it is voted upon and run by our wonderful Bonner student leaders, who I feel like most of them are all sitting in the back right now, glaring at me.
Put your hands
See.
up, Kevin.
Yeah, if you guys can put your hands up, it would be fantastic. Wagner Leader of the Year award is given in honor of Dr. Stephen Presco, who many of you know. And he's the former Distinguished Professor of Civic Engagement and Leadership here at Wagner College. He is also the co-founder of the Wagner Leader program.
So I interjected again because this year's recipient is Leo Schubert.
Woo!
Leo was selected to be Wagner Career by our current honors because without Leo, we simply wouldn't have the type of honor program that we have here. He was one of the first students to help us make the decision to bring Bonner to Wagner. He helped us run our first cohort of students. He helped us design our curriculum, facilitate our seminars, build our program as a junior here at Wagner. So now as a graduating senior, he's leading our first year cohort of honors. And he's jumped right in to work with our national network. And he works actively every single day to help all of our first year students grow. Everybody forgets that he's not yet a full-time staff member here at Wagner because he's so mindful. He brings a reflective quality to the office that we sometimes forget to have because we're so busy going to the next thing. He slows us down in a way that pushes us to think about the impact that we're having. And he moves us forward with every intention. We are so excited to share with the room that he's going to be staying with us as a full-time member of our Recipient Academy. Congratulations, Leo. You deserve this honor.
Well, first of all, thank you all for being here. I had a small thank you planned out before I knew the name of the award that I would be receiving today. And of course, Kevin and Sam kept it a secret that it was actually the Wagner Leader Award. It's such an honor for me to get this award because this is the program that really brought me into the Center for Leadership and Community Engagement 2 years ago. And it's the program that I've developed most through and poured most of my heart and soul into over the last couple of years. Just a few weeks ago, I was emailing all of my Bonners trying to get the nomination for this award. They were supposed to be nominating each other. And I was really happy for the person that won. Unfortunately, I've now taken it, so better luck next year. It really goes to show how great this group of kids is to honor me with this award rather than each other. So thank you so much, you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys learn and grow even much more than I already have. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The Periclean Student Award is given in recognition of an abiding and active sense of social responsibility and civic concern throughout academic work and community service. And the spirit of this award is also given to an organization of the student's choice. I think Hadil Michelle is really one of the first. And just so you get a little understanding of how Adil is, Adil does a million different things on campus. I feel like I see her 5 times a day. But she's a rising junior. She's a member of the Bonus Leaders Program, president of the Pre-Law Society, vice president of the Muslim Student Association, and there would be many other activities. She's an active and engaged member of the community, both at Wagner and in Staten Island, and who works hard to create a campus that is more culturally competent and socially aware. Congratulations, Hadil.
Good afternoon. Partner Award is selected by the Perkin student and myself, the coordinator of community partnerships, and given to a community partner for their outstanding leadership and service to the community. It is my honor to recognize the New York City Department of Parks, specifically Favor Park, who has been an unconditional partner and supporting in every single initiative we just come up with. It doesn't matter how big or small they are. They go beyond the call of duty and give us their support to provide the services and connections to the Port Richmond community that we both love and care for. So it is my honor to call Mr. Brett Kopp and also an alumnus, Bill Curtis, to receive this award. Excellent.
He is an alumni, he will speak.
Also currently a night adjunct at the College of Staten Island. So I have college past and college present here under the same roof today. I just want to say that this is more than just an honor for us. You always hear in speeches that these are exciting times, and I really believe that sincerely. This is an exciting time for us in public service right now. There's so much that needs to get done and so much that is just starting to get underway. And right now, our current commissioner, Commissioner Silver, is at the forefront of what we call Community Parks Initiative, which involves more than just a facelift of parks throughout the city of New York, but involves the enlisting of community partners and stakeholders. And I keep hearing about, and actually have got a chance to speak a couple of times, about the need for a holistic approach. And not just to toss some money at any particular program or school in our school system or park, but to really engage those stakeholders. And whether one is talking about the Community Park Initiative or in the Department of Ed currently, Community Schools Initiative, the bottom line is we're trying to grow people that will carry us through like this incredible challenge to the end. And how fortunate we are in Parks and Recreation, where we do so many different things. To have right here, what started off as a fluke, Faber Fieldhouse, kind of got opened up when one of our large rec centers, our flagship rec center on Staten Island, Cromwell Recreation Center, suffered severe structural issues and was closed. And a lot of our programs were kind of scattered to the four corners of Staten Island. Does Staten Island have corners?
That maybe South Shore.
Keep strong, I'm supposed to know these things. But we opened up Faber Fieldhouse in order that we might have a special little gem put aside that would specialize in child and youth public programming. And to stand here a few years later and know that in this time that I just mentioned, where we're trying to grow partnerships and stakeholders, we suddenly have this deep, fertile ground through partnerships for Port Richmond and the Leadership and Engagement Academy. The entire thing is like a gift wrapped up with a bow that's been provided to us, this rich, fertile ground of partners. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate this honor. And I will let Brett Kopp say a few words, because he's the gentleman who kind of coordinates and juggles the balls of child and youth programming over at our Faber site.
I am truly humbled to be here in front of such dignitaries and wonderful speakers. This is our keynote speaker. I just want to thank Sam, Kevin, Arlette, dear Arlette, for ruining everything. I I was just a guy with a bunch of kids at Favorite Park doing after-school programming and dance teams. And one fine day, you guys came down the road in your little white van. And that van has not stopped since, thank you. You know, you guys have done so much for the community and myself, and it reminds me of a phrase that you should not be judged by your harvest, but by the seed you plant. So with the Sounds of Port Richmond, a seed. With art projects that you brought Nina into my world, another seed. Our Bonners, seeds every day. So truly, your university is one of the richest universities that could be. Thank you for everything.
Good afternoon. The Department Award is given every year to a department working to integrate theory, practice, and civic engagement into their work. The pilot program of the Port Richmond Leadership Academy gave 4 students from Port Richmond High School the opportunity to live, learn, and do research on campus with like-minded Wagner students and professors. We are very proud to honor the chemistry department for their leadership and service to Wagner College and the Staten Island community. And accepting the award on behalf of the department is its chair, Dr. Nick Richardson.
I'm a professor, so I'll be able to speak for a long time. I'm going to keep this real short. I did a very, very, very small part of this. A little bit of the planning, but not much more than that. The people who should be thanked are Steve Prescott. I went to him with the idea, and he introduced me to all the right people. He did a lot of the heavy lifting that I wasn't able to do. Tim Gannon did fantastic work, helped us with Port Richmond so much, and made things work so smoothly. Sam Siegel's taken over. Everything's going great with Sam. We're running it again this year. It's going to be fantastic. Lily McNair, Provost, and Jeffrey Kraft, interim Provost last semester, both so incredibly supportive, just helping me find the funding, helping with the resource I need to get this program to work smoothly. The summer went quite well last summer, a few hiccups. If it wasn't for Brandon Hart in the back, it would have been a disaster. So I want to thank Brandon for his work. He smoothed down all the problems. I gave him my cell phone number and said, only call me if it's an absolute emergency. He never called me, which is the best thing that can happen. The rest of the chemistry faculty should be thanked for their work. Professor Loudon can't make it here today. He has students in Bangladesh right now. They're collecting some samples in their field research project. They'll be back tomorrow, which can't be here today. And Professor Sharma, who's in the room, will be working on the project this summer. As I said, I did very, very little. And finally, I want to thank names that aren't mentioned very much on campus. Clarence Ferris and Anna Ferris. Clarence is class of 46. They provided a substantial gift for the improvement of the chemistry department. We've used that to renovate labs, create classrooms, and to fund this project. And we endowed the money they gave us, and we've been living off the interest, and we still have the original gift they gave us. So we're hoping to keep running this program and growing it in perpetuity. And thank you all for your time.
Each year, the Faculty Award is given to an outstanding faculty member who goes above and beyond the role of a professor to create a classroom experience that connects theory to practice through service and experiential learning. Dr. Sarah Scott, chair of the Art and Art History Department, has served the Wagner community for many years. This year, she worked with the local artists, community partners, and students to bring an art institution called La Bonita Mariposas Amarillas to Life. She worked with the students to bring elementary school students from PS20 to the installation and the Staten Island Museum, connecting her love for art with her passion for growing communities through art. We're so thrilled to celebrate her work today. Dr. Scott is on leave this semester, so accepting the award on her behalf is Dr. Usman Traore, Assistant Professor of History.
So, Sarah sent me some words for thanks. She said, I'm honored to receive this award and happy to see such passion and commitment to civic engagement on part of the Wagner community. There is nothing better than seeing through civic engagement projects that contribute to better communities while also enlightening students about how deep learning is essential to solving real-world problems. And of course, particularly with our Mariposas Amarillas project, it was equally wonderful to see the happy smiling faces of elementary students having fun while they learned about art. This award is therefore equally deserved by the Wagner students of LC4, students and staff of PS20, artist Lina Montoya, students interns Alison Carabello and Daniela Gutierrez de la Garza, and my wonderful teaching partner, Usman Traore. Many thanks to you all.
Barkita Award for Civic Engagement is given in honor of a former Wagner College Dean, Julie Barkita, by her family. Julie was also a Wagner alum, receiving her bachelor's degree in '64 and master's in '81. The award is presented to a graduating senior who has excelled at bridging academic achievement and contributions to the community through participation in the Center for Leadership and Community Engagement. This award is being given to Patricia Ann McCaffrey. Is one of the most outstanding individuals I've ever met. There are few people who always say yes. Yes, I will, yes, I can, yes, we can, and Patricia Ann is one of those individuals. For the last few years, she has dedicated every single morning, so getting up every day at 6:30, probably earlier, to a school in Fort Richmond, PS20, to help prevent truancy and chronic absenteeism. She has been the constant student to help run that program every morning. And every afternoon, she comes back to Wagner for her classes, goes back to PS20, and starts an afternoon program there for the same students with some of our community partners. Patricia Ann is extremely dedicated to Fort Richmond and to her work. And next year, she's going to be moving to Massachusetts to participate in Teach for America.
I just want to thank everyone in this room, but especially my parents. Please stand up, please. Aww. So many influencers, most of them in this room right now, but my parents are first and foremost my biggest influencers, and strangely enough, my mother actually wasn't sure if I should come to Wagner, and now every day she reminds me, I'm so glad you made that decision to come to Wagner. From the first day from orientation when she met the lovely Dr. Garassi, and she was able to speak with him, and she changed her mind right away, let me tell you. So, Wagner has given me great opportunities to do things such as those promontories and the breakfast program, be a dual major and dual minor, all these different programs, and I didn't know when I checked that little box coming as an incoming freshman, when I said that I liked this thing called Civic Engagement, that I would be standing here today. So just thank you so much, everybody in this room, smiling back at me. I really appreciate it.
So before we move to the senior core distribution and a few other little things before we close the afternoon, I wanted to recognize the fact that this work is so inspiring and so dramatic, and the work of our staff and our faculty, our community partners, so many others that fuel this work, and of course the leadership in the center itself. But we also should honor the work of our board of trustees who have been supporting this work. And it's a little confusing for trustees sometimes to say, well, you've got tuition dollars and revenue, and you're spending it on improving academic programs and on facilities and so on and so forth, but you're also spending it on civic engagement. What's that about? Tell me what that's about. Well, I didn't have to do that with this board. This board rallied around this event immediately, and we have two board members here. One of them is getting an honorary degree because her life has been a life of service. That's Athletic Diamond. Athletic would stand up. And graduate Mary Cara Kappa. Mary is also a parent of a first-year student as well, so we're very pleased. And then we have somebody else in the room who's going to be receiving an honorary degree from Wagner because he is the preeminent partner. There is no Port Richmond partnership without this person. He is an inspiration for all of us. He really is. He is the transformer of leaders. My role model, that's Tim Gannon. Tim, would you please say that? Tim is the principal of Port Richmond High School. And Port Richmond High School, I believe, is the only high school on Staten Island that is a community school, which means it has inside of it now a full blast, and we only should have facilities this good at Wagner, a full blast clinic for the community, a medical clinic for the community, a fitness center, and then of course the Wagner Raider rooms, I should say suites. There's more than one room apparently now, which is our room at the school where we prepare our high school kids for leadership and engagement through the academy and other ways, and also try to get our Port Richmond students who are not in line for college, but have all the aptitude and creativity that Tim believes in them. You know, the one thing we know about what transforms communities and transforms students is that somebody says, I believe in your dream. I believe, in fact, I may dream bigger than your dream for yourself. I believe in you. Whether it be a coach or a mentor or a faculty member, a parent, somebody is there. And in this case, it's Tim. You go to Port Richmond High School and you will see everywhere. First time I went there years ago, every wall is full of success, achievement, positive reinforcement. This is an inner city high school, and he is just a great leader. So Tim, we're so honored to give you the honorary degree this year. Thank you.
So, before we move on to our senior core distribution, I just wanted to take a second to especially recognize some of our students, groups, and organizations. All this fantastic work that we're talking about, everything that we're doing in partnership with the community, and the reason our office exists is because of these very students. So if you're a student in the Impact Scholars, the Bonner Leaders Program, the MOVE program, the Sounds of Port Richmond, or any other program that is affiliated with our office, the Center for Leadership and Community Engagement, I'd like for you to please stand for a second. I see a lot of you are standing up. That being said, a lot of our students here that just stood up for us, they put together some tremendous posters over in the foundation lobby, and we have a cocktail reception at 6 o'clock. I know we're running a little bit over time. We ask that you guys please head over to those posters and take a look at them, because they've put a tremendous amount of work into them, and it really outlines and details the work that we're doing.
We also want to recognize two students who received very prestigious scholarships this year. The first is Eleanor, who had to step out because she is actually emergency tutoring a student. She said, I can't stay because I have to go. She was our Monte Rosso Scholarship winner this year. And the Monte Rosso Scholarship Santa Rosa Scholarship is always very competitive because it's given to a student who is a rising senior, so a current junior, or sophomore. And it is given to our the most engaged student who bridges the academics and service. So we're very proud of Aaliyah. Is Arietta Lackey here, or did she have to step out? Aaliyah, yeah. Arietta is also our Sutter Service Award this year, and that award is given by Maria Hartman, who is the great-granddaughter of Reverend Sutter. And it is given to a very special student who is going above and beyond their call to engagement and service. So we are very proud of Arietta as well. Congratulations.
Finally, we would like to honor the seniors that are unfortunately leaving us this year by distributing our awards. But before we do that, I just want to recognize this senior class. We have some incredible people that I have had the pleasure of working with, not only full-time out of the center, but also as a student myself. I'm looking at Ian Birchhausen over there, who works with Generation Citizen, who is and Jared Williams, who helped to start the who were a part of SGA and Wagner Cares, who are instrumental to the work that we do here on campus at Wagner College. Kerry Alexander, who was, we've heard so much about the Sounds of Port Richmond today, but has really been fundamental in operating it from the student perspective and getting students to care and be a part of this incredible program. Of course, Rachel Walker, who's working in our office, and who have been incredible in terms of working with our Port Richmond Leadership Academy and also our first-year bonders. Thank you so much, Rachel. Carolyn Haggerty, who is here as well. Patricia Ann Abir Mishal, who was our Impact Scholar of the Year last year, who has continued to push forward with Impact and has created something incredible along with Dan Toomey. Am I forgetting anybody? Leo. And of course, Leo, we've heard enough about it. All right? So if our seniors could please stand and come to the front of the room.
Carrie Alexander, Ian Birchhauser, Anthony Carrington, Phil Facone, Nikki Fallon, Carolyn Haggerty, Jessie Lynn Leston, Patricia Ann McCaffrey, Kevin Messier, Abir Michal, Leo Schukert, Chaz Taylor, Dan Toomey, Rachel Walker, and Jared Williams. Congratulations. Other parts around the campus. They represent more than the Center for Leadership and Community Engagement. They represent athletics, the campus life, particularly our Office of Intercultural Advancement. They represent organizations like Black Student Union, My Sister's Keeper, Generation Citizen, the Bonner Leaders Program, Student Government, Greek Life, Res Ed. They have given their heart and soul to much of this work, and we are very proud of them, and we're going to miss them so much. Congratulations.
Squeeze in more. Okay. Squeeze. Here. Squeeze. There you go.
This time I'd like to ask our provost, Lily McNair, to deliver our closing.
Thank you, Samantha. And thank you, all of you, for your presence here today. Your presence means so much to all of us, both here at Wagner and within our surrounding communities. I'm so happy to see community partners, to see our wonderful staff awardees, to see our students, and especially to recognize the seniors who entered here when I first arrived. So you are the first class that I've seen all the way through. I'm so proud of you all. And especially to our distinguished guest and keynote speaker today, the shy and bashful. Dr. Timothy. This room is filled with such wonderful feelings and great inspiration. I feel so much gratitude here and a very powerful sense of connectedness as we are reminded of the importance of the work that we do here each and every day. To the parents who are here, to the family members who are here, congratulations to all of you and thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing many of you at commencement. And I hope you are seeing, again, on a first-hand level, the important and terrifically innovative and life-changing work that your students are doing. We mean business here at Wagner, and we're really doing what we say we're going to do. And we, with all of our community partners and friends, are going to follow your lead, Dr. Eatman, and run this town.
All right, yeah.
We have covered history as we traversed the years since the Port Richmond Partnership was conceived. We've talked about the planning that has gone into effect, for example, to bring about such important community projects. We have felt and seen the tremendous empathy and connection with our community partners and with each other. We have witnessed the great passion that's so necessary and evident among all of you. And all of this, I know, leaves us with a great deal of hope. We will continue to do this work even more fervently, and I look forward to talking with all of you more as we go over to the cocktail reception and reflect on all that we've done. Congratulations to all of our awardees. All of our student leaders. We're very proud of you all. Thank you all for being here this afternoon.